Hello, my name is Leofoto and welcome to my YouTube channel about nature, and today we are going to talk about my new fluid head, Leofoto FH-10. I wanted to share my experiences using this head. Initially it was like first impressions and unboxing video, but this is my third attempt to film this video because I'm testing this head, learning things. I think I finally have enough to say for the first impressions of this lens. This video will be in three parts. First, I will give a brief overview of this particular head, why I decided to buy this one instead of other competition. Then I will show how it functions, and it will give you video demonstrations of recording from this particular setup in real life. As you can see, we're near this lake, shooting birds. This particular fluid head allows me to film smooth, bending motions of nature. I like to film a lot of nature, and one thing is the singing bird, which is stationary on the branch, and just to aim, fix everything and go. And for moving subjects on the water like ducks, those lightweight video heads doesn't work, and I need something robust. So such a big fluid head is quite big, if you can see, compared to my camera Nikon Z8. This is a specific head from Leofoto, and it closely resembles the design of other heads from manufacturers such as Sachtler, who I think pioneered the design, but I may be wrong. Also Sirui and E-image. All of them offer similar options of fluid video heads, with this option of having drag adjustments for tilt and pan axis with fixed steps, which is very useful, that you can predefine certain drag similar for each axis without fiddling and adjusting each time when you need it, and just locking out each axis when you don't need to use it without any fuss. So each axis has its lockout. Why I chose specifically this model instead of competition with a similar price point or similar functions? First of all, Sachtler is out of my budget, so I was left with Sirui one and with E-image. E-image with comparable weight was supporting only 6 kilos for the same price point, and 8 kilo version model was much more expensive and much more heavier. And Sirui one for the same price was rated up to 10 kilos, which is totally overkill for me, even with any future possibilities I can imagine, and it also very heavier. So this is one much lighter, but still supports up to 8 kilos, which I don't need currently. I think need up to 4 kilos, but maybe in the future I will use some heavier zoom lens or something more equipment will be placed here, so I will need all those kilos. What is the reason for its lightweightness? If you have noticed from the color and texture, it is different from the base bowl. So this bowl is made from the metal, but all the external parts are made from the resin. It is very lightweight. I understand that it is not as durable as the metal in terms of crash proof, but I'm not a professional video production. This is a hobby, so I don't plan to treat my equipment roughly in a hurry. So this is my reasoning for purchasing it. What it allows me to do, to set specific drag options, to finely tune the counterbalance, which is also very good because it has steps of 1 kilo from 1 to 8, so from 1 kilo to 8 kilos, and it allows me to finally adjust the balancing and have the camera properly balanced. Also, which is very good compared to my previous heads, it has a quick release system based on the dropping, so I need to unlock the plate holding thing, but it is still placed here, so it will not fall off. It can just slide out, but I'm not afraid at this moment, and to remove wholly the camera I need to push this lever and the camera will be able to be removed. So I'll lock it down, not to forget. What are the peculiarities which I learned about this head? I'm not sure that this is like specifically for this one, because I didn't have any other fluid video heads with these steps adjustment of drag, but I think it would be useful for you to know. First of all, adjusting makes a lot of shake, so you are not going to do it during the recording. So that's one thing. The second thing, of course, each adjustment has 4 positions, from 0, which means 0 drag, and you can see camera freely spins and freely goes up and down, and at this point my counterbalance is a little bit stronger, but if I turn it to 2, the camera drops. Not drops, it just readjusts, but still, even on 2, although this camera definitely weighs more than 2 currently, it is a bit too strong. Nevertheless, what I wanted to tell you is that when you change the drag position, especially between 1 and 2, but I will show you for each one. We'll go to 1. Sorry, doing with one hand is not very easy. It usually needs some motion to be engaged. At this point, when we changed from 0 to 1, it was instantly. And you can see, like, I will be doing this lightly with one finger. How fast I can push it. So when we go to 2, it just got engaged on the pan and on the tilt. So it is not as easy to do with one finger. And on the 3, it engaged here and here. So it needs some movement to be engaged. Sometimes it is almost instantly, sometimes it needs like an hour, if you imagine it like a 12-hour clock of rotation to get engaged. And now I will go to the videos which show how it functions and how it tracks. And one last thing, I will of course demonstrate it, but what I learned so far. My camera-specific Nikon's VR is not very suitable for panning motions, because when you start panning, it jumps because it tries to overcompensate for the first push, thinking that you are out of balance. And when the camera detects that you are continue to pan, it relaxes and doesn't jerk. But on the very fluid tilt motion, I noticed that it doesn't work that way. So it doesn't understand fluid tilting, and it like jumps into bam, 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 bam in steps inside the camera, not the head itself. So you need to use it without VR, but without VR, even with this tripod, which is not super steady, but as I said, I weigh it to as light as possible, without extending all sections, so we have only 2 sections of 3 extended here. Still some jerkiness is present, and with such big magnification, around 800 mil equivalent, I need to use only third option of drag. I need to be very steady with my handling and use second hand on the focusing ring to make it less vibrating. Only with the proper technique, and I need to learn better this technique, I'm able to pull out, or pull off, how to properly say, the steady movements. So I will show you the examples now. Let's follow this way. Okay. Position 2 of drag. So now we are comparing grade 1. I hope this video was useful to you and you learned what you wanted to learn about this specific tripod, which is a bit unique on the market in terms of its clamp style. All other options are using Manfrotto one. This is Arca Swiss, and it's lightweight to supported weight ratio, and that was the best option for me. Maybe something other thing will work better for you, or maybe this shell from the resin is no go for your use case. In any case, if you have any additional questions regarding this specific head, please leave them in the comments below. I'll try to answer as far as I can, because at the point of filming, I think this would be the first video on the internet not from the manufacturer about this lens, and even manufacturer's video is very few in details and descriptions. And of course, this video was not sponsored. I purchased it with my own money. Thank you very much for your attention, and see you next videos. Bye bye.